Hi, my name is Sarah Preston, and I'm an integrative health practitioner and midlife health coach. My goal for you is to thrive into this second half of life. And so I aim to empower you and educate you to get strong and lean and energetic, and most of all, healthy as you move into this new stage of life. So today we are talking about perimenopause, and you've probably heard the word and wondered, am I in perimenopause? Or maybe you're having these weird symptoms and you're like, what is that? Am I going crazy? That's what I used to think. Am I crazy? You're not crazy. These are signs of perimenopause. So what is perimenopause? Let's talk about that first. It's actually 2 to 12 years before you hit menopause. So it can last 12 years before menopause. And what is menopause? Menopause is 1 year without a period. So if you go 1 year without having a period, you are in postmenopause. That very day that you hit 1 year is called menopause. After that, you're postmenopause. Now, if you go 7 months and you have a period again, sorry, but you have to start over. So it's one whole year. Now, again, 2 years before that, 12 years before that can be perimenopause. And what happens is our hormones start to decline. So you're going to see estrogen is really on this roller coaster. It's like up, it's down. And then progesterone is kind of slowly exiting the scene. And so testosterone, same thing. Those are our sex hormones. So that's what's happening in perimenopause. And this is causing a whole lot of issues. And some of them are just really not fun. But I want to educate you on what they are so that when these happen to you, you might know. So the first one everybody always thinks of is hot flashes. About 80% of women go through hot flashes. I personally have not had hot flashes yet. I am 47 and I'm getting close to menopause because I have had a lot of other symptoms. I've had some skipped periods, things like that. But I haven't had hot flashes yet, but I'm warm all the time. Do you feel like, oh my gosh, I can hardly wear a sweater sometimes? It's just like I'm warm. But a lot of people will have those night sweats, wakes you up in the middle of the night, you're sweating. Some people will say they're even drenched in sweat. Your periods become really weird and irregular. They could be very heavy bleeding. It could be you're skipping periods, just things that are not normal. You know, maybe you used to be 28 days all the time, 26 days all the time. And now it's like, sometimes it's 40 days, sometimes it's 20 days. So that can be really hard to plan for. I wear an Oura ring to actually help me at least see when my body temperature goes up. That means that I'm probably ovulating. So it helps me to predict a little bit more because they can be so unpredictable. How about those emotions? I mean, a lot of us are going through a time where we have aging parents, we have teenagers, we have kids going off to college. So it's an emotional time anyway. You know, it's like I could just cry thinking about my son leaving, my second son leaving when, you know, I know I've already gone through this before, but it's still, everything feels emotional. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I can just tear up at nothing. It's like, why am I so, you know, like emotional? But it's these hormones. You can also be really irritable that week before my period, or just in general, you're just like in your mind, you're like, would he stop chewing like that? You know, it's like, so irritability is a big one. Anxiety. So all of these like emotions and things in our head, we start overthinking and over worrying and panicking and having anxiety. A lot of times that's low progesterone. Heart palpitations. I didn't realize heart palpitations were a sign. So I would get these like, you know, your heart just starts beating. Now, obviously check with your doctor if, you know, you have any of these that are concerning, but that can be a sign as well. Low libido. You're just not in the mood anymore. You're just like, that's okay. I can do it without. about it because you're so irritable at whatever he's doing. No. Um, so low libido and sleep issues. And then sleep pours in, to the rest of your day and causes some of that irritability and causes you to be more hungry. I'm going to do another one of these just on sleep. So watch for that because I know sleep is a huge issue for a lot of women. And so I have a lot of tips that can really help. So it can be, sleep issues, weight gain. And weight gain can be a number of things. And I'll do another one of these on weight gain too. I need to write this down. Because weight gain can be several things. It's not just your hormones, but other hormones are affected too. Your hunger hormones, like I just talked about, your blood sugar, your insulin hormone can be affected. A lot of us become more insulin resistant as we get to this age, and that can cause us to put on weight. The decline in estrogen can cause us to distribute that fat around our midsection. So you'll see the visceral belly fat, which they'll call like menopause belly. And it's really not healthy to have that visceral fat. Again, another video on that one too. So watch for these. Hair loss. A lot of people will see hair thinning or hair loss, or how about those chin hairs that like every time you touch your chin, you're like, oh, okay, got to pull those out. Bloating and digestive issues are another one. Memory. Can't remember the person's name the minute that they tell it to you. I don't know about you, but I forgot it the second that they said it. Joint pain is common, and this is also the decrease in estrogen. Bone health, same thing. Tingling of your hands and feet, like they're going numb, kind of. That can be another one. Urinary incontinence. Anybody else like been sick over the winter and you've coughed and you're like, uh-oh, or you sneeze and you have to like, oh gosh. So that's another one. Let's see. I wrote some of these down. I think I got through a bunch of them, but just know that there are way more symptoms and things that you will feel as you go through perimenopause. Now, I can laugh about it, but it's really not funny because sometimes we really are suffering, and it doesn't seem fair because we want to thrive again into midlife. And so I just want you to know that you don't have to suffer. There are things that you can do to help with the different symptoms that you have, depending on what you have. There could be supplements that you can take. There can be fitness things that you can do, like gaining more muscle. There can be nutrition things that we work on that, getting those things in line can really help with your symptoms. You may want to seek out education on HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. It's becoming a lot more widely accepted now because there was a study done back in the 2000s that was kind of flawed, and a lot of doctors stopped prescribing HRT and were saying that it caused cancer, which it's coming out now that the type of estrogen and progesterone that they used is not what they're using now, and they've been doing a lot more studies on it. So talk to your practitioner about that. You may have to seek out a functional medicine provider or a hormone expert or a menopause expert, someone who can who is educated in this area. Not all doctors are educated in this area. So hormone replacement can be super helpful for just prevention long-term of our health. It can help with cardiovascular health, bone health, stuff like that. So keep your mind open to that. And of course, before you even would consider that, you have to get your fitness and your nutrition and your lifestyle in order first before, you can really even do those. You got to get your gut health, your movement, your nutrition, your sleep, your stress under control first. And I know that sounds like a lot, but just take it baby steps, one step at a time, and be mindful. We live in a really fast-paced culture where we're go, go, go all the time, and we're not prioritizing our own health. And so I encourage you to take, that time that you need each day, carve it out, tell your loved ones, if if they're demanding on your time, or if you're always prioritizing your family or your husband or your job, start thinking about prioritizing your health too. So you can find me on Instagram at Sarah Preston Healthy Living. You can send me an email. It's listed here. I would love if you would subscribe so that you get notified when I have a new video. Or leave me a comment below. Or share this with a friend who might be experiencing the same thing. I would love to chat with you anytime. So have a great day, guys.